Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Dr. Stone. We are now on season 2, episode 7, which is called Secret Mission. So last episode, we had the prison break. Our boy Chrome managed to get himself out of Sukasa's camp all by, well, not completely all by himself, but 99% by himself. He had a mysterious helper who managed to get him his battery back that had been taken away from him when he was captured. But with that battery, he was able to create a dissolving fluid, which allowed him to dissolve the ropes holding together his prison, and he broke free. And then he used the ingenuity that he had learned around some of the stuff he had learned with Tsukasa to convince their resident comp in Tsukasa's camp that he was sick with a contagious disease, and it was enough to freak him out long enough for our guy to get away. But anyways, Chrome is now back with the science camp, but that doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to be good going forward. As I said last episode, I have a feeling that Tsukasa is going to figure out that Senku and his group can't be far off, because A, he already knew that he would be coming to get Chrome, but also why would Chrome attempt to run all the way back to the camp, like especially when Tsukasa could send people after him. So anyway, let's jump into this episode. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop these episodes or anything else that you're watching of mine, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell especially, so that you'll be in the know. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. I don't think it was Taiju. I really don't. I actually think it was, Yukio. Exactly. Yeah, well, I didn't think about that, but I was like, I just don't think she even knows. That's right, he missed all of this. Oh, I'm still getting trash cramps, I'm sorry. Yeah, they definitely need that revival fluid bad. There's a lot of benefits to getting that cave. But who can hold it is the other thing as well. Yeah. But you're smarter. Talk about the fact that he lied for you. This monkey. The way that monkeys have been a theme throughout this entire series, from them watching Senku naked to being the symbol of their battlefront. It's very interesting. Your idea of adorable, we need to talk about it. Wow, they've been working, okay. Taiju, Yuzu, you've been working hard, man. Are we gonna see the whole transformation again? Not half. I just feel like we don't need to keep lying to them. Like, can we not give them a trade-off? This is so mean. Senku's definitely going to hell for this. If the US military was actually, if they were actually in full force, they would take him out. See, they know. It's like, the US may be many things, but a bully is definitely one of them. It's so creepy. It is so creepy. Ah, I don't like it. It's just so shady. That's what I don't like. Yeah, it is actually. He's already in on it, so. The ultimate battle. Can I fool? This man's perfect. I mean, it depends on how much you listen to Lillian Weinberg.
There is no vibration of the voice after singing enthusiastically, which is hard for you to imitate. Again.
Exactly.
周りの連中に聞かれたくなかったからでしょ。
How many kids paid attention in English class?
よく見てんじゃねえかメンタリスト。
And of course, Chrome didn't tell them the other things. Okay.
クロムに電池を差し入れたのは、右京てめえか。
Of course it was.
すごいな。さすがに早いね、飲み込みが。
He is a genius.
勘違いしないでほしい。僕は別に君の味方じゃない。なあ、だろうな。味方なら最初からクロムと捕まえねえよ。聞こえた。あの袋の中身は。
Someone needs a thunderclap right by his
それも
ears.
大量に。
Just,
そんなものを裁縫で。
it's none of your business. What do you know about sewing? There's a whole rock technique that apparently you're just not up to date with.
それがダミーなら残った時間
Why
で。
don't you mind your business?
今日のはいつにも増して地道ですな。
Why you talk out loud? You could just talk to in your head.
石像も切断面が風化しちまう前に速攻組み立てときゃ、もしかしたら。
Aww. He's really trying to rescue the statues that were smashed. You are a brute, Tsukasa. Literally. Like, these are people's parents. Like, ew.
君たちはこの状況でまだなお。
That's what you do when you're a good
全
person.
人類を科学の力で。
Not a complete power-hungry psychopath.
終わった。クロム逃がすとか完全に終わった。
I hope you pitched yourself into the sea. It's really the only thing you should do.
に絶対服従。
Why are you risking
全
it?
責任は上司だろ。つまり俺じゃん。ちょっと逃げるぜ俺は。人生またリセットだ。じゃあな。
Okay.
全員救えるかもしんねえ。正解100億点だ右京。
Him and his point system. Who's winning?
僕は君たちに協力してもいいと思ってる。
Okay.
条件次第では。
What do you want? Let's hear him out.
手貸してくれ。
Everyone wants them. That's what I'm saying. Rather than lying to them, they really should just be finding out what they need.
探り合いは時間の無駄だ。結論から言え。なんだ条件
Exactly. Just be clear.
それ交渉で一番やっちゃ
It's not a negotiation. Yukio could literally end it right now.
誰も死なないこと。
That was already his
いまいち
condition.
腹読み切れねえな右京。
I mean, that means he actually has a conscience. That's good.
君のことは記者だった彼女から聞いてるよ。
潜水艦でソナーマン
So you're the problem, you little...
ずば抜けた聴力と冷静な
I'm gonna need you to kick her off a cliff, please.
初めて司が石像を壊すのを見て。
Thank God, because that's the right answer.
蘇らせないことは殺人じゃない。そんな老けは飛ぶような理論武装でね。
No, it's true.
救いがたいほど卑怯なのは分かってる。でも
You're not helpless.
僕はただ。
And it took bravery to bring that battery.
元からよ、理想から絶対に変わっただけだ。
相当厳しい。
I was about to say, like, what if it's self-defense, though?
犯人は君じゃない。氷河だ。司と氷河は同じ最強でも、まるで違う生き物だ。
How so?
いつか必ず血が
Yeah,
流れる。
obviously. Tsukusa's a whole serial killer.
禅の輪廻に返してやりたい。
Do you really believe he died?
彼ら仲間たちと同じ場所で。
Who were all those people?
ゴーザン、勇気。
Hmm.
村襲撃の時、毒ガスで倒れた戦士たちの名前だよ。
Ah.
ああ。せめて陽の遺品だけでも。
No, dig. Please stop digging. The helmet that has the hole for his hair. I'm sick.
今のは俺でも仕組みが分かったぜ。
Even I? Like, you're the smartest one there, bro.
戦車でドカーン来たら、現代人なら一発で100億%戦意喪失だ。
Some will. A lot of Tsukusa's men are dummies.
そのために、奴が絶対必要
We're
だ。
gonna need
チートパワーのタフネスナンバーワン男が。
Magma? Or Taiju?
大樹
Yuzu! He knows you. In another world, I feel like Taiju and Kohaku would be a really good match.
最終決戦の幕開けだ。
Is it?
そそるぜ、これは。
You've been saying that since first season. I hope I hit you in the head.
心理学者ショーン・エーカーっておっさんの研究によれば、それを過ぎたら敵も冷静になって反撃してくる。
That makes about sense.
全人類の命運
That's
が
a very
決ま
short
る
amount of time, but it's about right. I was about to say, it's not, I don't know about impulse. I think it's more fear, right? Shock or surprise. You got about 20 seconds for them to be like, what the heck is going on? And then we're going to go into them being like, oh, wait a minute. We're supposed to fight. All right, guys. Well, this looks like we're finally ramping up to the confrontation. We've been literally like hinting towards this since the middle of season 1. So we got all the pieces in place, as many as we can anyways. We see that there was a few more recruitments that, yeah, Taiju and Yuzu did a good job. They actually recruited, it looks like at least maybe about a dozen people, maybe 20 people, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't know how many Tsukusa's camp has at this point. I can't think it is hundreds. It looks like maybe he's got a few dozen, or, you know, I can't think it's more than 50 people. But anyway, there's enough. There's enough people now that are wanting to go to the science side that that Tsukusa has lost a little bit of the manpower that he has, but all of the big, strong ape men, like none of them are going to leave because they very much like this whole idea of the strongest being the top of the food chain, so to speak. So that's who's guarding the cave right now. And as I said in the episode, this is why I was like, you know, smart people would get scared of a tank and what it could possibly do. But these guys are pretty Cro-Magnon, so they are probably just going to think they can beat it down, which, you know, it was actually true. I mean, it's the exterior of the tank is actually pretty hardy, but if it had consistent attacks from strong people, it will fall apart. So that's why what Senku was saying was absolutely right. They don't have a lot of time. They've got to be very effective, very efficient, use the element of surprise to their advantage as much as possible. I'm surprised. I shouldn't say I'm surprised. I guess there was only time to do so many things, but I feel like Senku should have come up with more possible weapons that could be used to keep the melee to a minimum, if not at all. So for example, like I'm pretty sure he knows how to make nitrous oxide, right? To either make them silly or chloroform, some kind of a chloroform gas to knock everybody out. Like just something like if he did something like that and reduced, but the problem actually, I was gonna say reduced Tsukusa's army to like Tsukasa, but the issue is that Tsukusa's a really good fighter. Tsukasa and Hyoga alone could be enough to take out most of Tsukusa's camp because we've already seen, like Senku's already said, if it comes to straight up combat, he's no match for Tsukasa. Like Tsukusa's just insanely, he was already unnaturally strong before this. So yeah, he's enough. Honestly, the other people aren't even needed. If Tsukasa really gets into battle mode, he could probably take out the majority of the Science Kingdom before they could even figure out what was going on. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And again, if Senku manages to get this, like say he takes out everybody who's guarding the cave, how does he hold it? That's my big thing. How do you hold the cave after that? Because one thing to get to it, but to keep it and keep control of it, he needs to have basically completely defeated Tsukusa's camp, but I'm still trying to figure out how he's going to beat Tsukasa. So anyway, outside of that, we see that one of the people that he brought over was Yukio, but I think we already know from the last episode that Yukio was not down fully for the cause. His reasoning, though, I thought maybe it was because he wanted something from the Kingdom of Science, but he's an adult, I'm assuming, because again, it's an interesting mix of the people in these groups because he was a submarine operator, and again, maybe he was a super young one, but most countries you're not allowed to enter the military till you're at least the age of majority, which I believe in Japan is 19. So he's at least 19 years old, if not older. And so he's a full adult. And I'm like, okay, if you're a full adult, you've got to know that what Tsukusa's doing is wrong, right? Like you're old enough now not to just be some teen idealist. And so we hear from his little backstory that he was kind of like, he didn't really know what was going on. And then when he saw Tsukasa start destroying the adult statues, that's when he was like, whoa, this guy's actually crazy. But at that point in time, he was like, there's nothing I could do about it because I was trying to keep other people from like taking each other out. Plus, I think he also realized that physically he's no match for Tsukasa either. But he's been looking for a way out from the sounds of things, or a way to like figure out how to get Tsukasa out of power, or at least stop smashing the statues, because in his mind it's equivalent to murder. And he's right, it is taking lives. And when he saw that Yuzu, which we didn't even know that, Yuzu was putting the statues back together, that's when he was like, okay, I don't know what they're up to, but I want to be down with this cause of them trying to save everybody. And I really like the line that he said is like, us trying to like save every life possible is not like what humanity is supposed to be all about. Like, I don't know what the heck Tsukusa's talking about. This is humanity, not what he's doing. So anyways, it's good to hear that Yukio is actually, I wouldn't say an idealist, but he does have a strong moral compass, thankfully. And he's really trying his best to navigate it. So he's like, I'm not necessarily on your side yet, Senku, but I think we're more aligned at the very least. And I think that's going to be the case for a lot of people in Tsukusa's camp too, is that a lot of them don't necessarily want to be in Senku's side or Senku's camp. A lot of them just want to be able to live their lives as they want. And that's really what Sukusa's keeping them from right now, is that he's saying you have to live my way or you don't get to live, right? He's created a dictatorship, which again, he will learn very quickly that people do not thrive under dictatorships. It only lasts for so long, then rebellions are inevitable. So anyway, so now we got Yukio. He is going to be working with Senku for now. And we also have a handful of other people who we didn't get their names, so I'm assuming they're not important. But either way, they're more because they believe that Lillian's still alive. I said in the episode, I'm not really loving that they keep lying to these people. I do think it's going to backfire pretty badly. But whatever they got to do right now, the time is getting short and they need to do what they got to do. So hopefully people will understand when it's all said and done. But anyhow, they've got some more people. And then we see that with Tsukasa, there is, he's wanted to know what happened to the cop who was supposed to take care of the prisoner. And unsurprisingly, the cop took off because he doesn't want to take accountability, much like he did in the old world. He's saying he's going to go restart someplace else. I'm sure we will see him again at some point. But anyways, he got one of his friends in there. He's like, please tell Tsukasa that I took my own life because I took full responsibility, but he's actually run off. And I don't know if Tsukasa really believes it. I'm assuming he does, that's probably one of the dumbest things we've seen him do so far. I'm like, really? He just conveniently did that? Really? I think he doesn't have the attitude of somebody who would do that. I think that's pretty apparent. But anyway, so because Tsukasa thought that he actually did that, he went to go and bury the last piece of this man that he had. And of course, being in the graveyard, he started digging. And of course, he dug right over one of the buried speakers. And he now sees that there has been a phone here. So that element of surprise that Senku was hoping to have is pretty much done. Like, not fully, because he's already at the cave. But Tsukasa found that I think he was hoping he'd have a little bit more time between when Tsukasa discovered what was going on to when he attacked the cave. And now it's probably only going to be a matter of minutes because we know that Tsukasa can move super fast. So, and Tsukasa knows that that's where Senku's going to go for his attack too. So, it's going to be something else. When they do that confrontation, it's going to be something else. And I don't know about the bloodless battle. That was Yukio's one condition to working with Senku. He's like, I don't want anyone to get hurt. Otherwise, I'm not down. And, we already know that that's what Senku is striving for, but he's like, oh, now it's a requirement. But I'm like, I don't know if we can say that because Tsukasa's side is willing to take lives. And I'm not saying that that's what Senku's people should do, but I just don't think it's a realistic thing to put out there. I think if anything, he should have kept it to, I can't guarantee that if someone comes at me with a spear to my face, or someone comes at Magma with a spear to his face and Magma retaliates, that someone may not die. But we're not going to actively go to hurt people. Like, I don't know. That should have been the deal. But anyways, whatever. We know we know that Senku is not a killer. That's not him. He's never been that kind of a person. So he will try everything in his power to keep everyone alive, but that might end up being why he loses this battle because Tsukasa, as we know, is not afraid to cross that line. So we'll have to see how it all goes down when we hopefully actually have the confrontation next episode. Like I said, they've been teasing it for a while now. We'll have to see whether or not we actually get there next episode because I think this season's quite short. I believe it's only 11 episodes. Yep, so we're getting close to the end. So yeah, looking forward to the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. I enjoyed it a lot. If you did, please show some love and I will see you in the next one.